Hello and welcome to episode 28 of Marbella with him and her. He is
PJ Lopez and she is
Hannah Murray.
Well, I sounded quite happy then, didn't I?
I know, it's like we're enjoying ourselves.
We are. We love life. We're high on life.
Yay. And we haven't been drinking, honestly.
No, just life.
We're actually drinking life.
Snorting life.
Oh, stop it. Don't say that. We are recording this late Wednesday evening after our Abigail's party rehearsal because we are away for the weekend. But we can tell you that because this is going to be going out on Sunday evening when we get back.
So we would have been away, but we are going away. It's really weird. So, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense in our heads. Might not make sense to you. Anyway, you'll hear more about our trip on next week's podcast. But for the moment, we can tell you about what we did on Sunday because we had a fabulous day. We recorded the last podcast on Saturday because we knew we were having a beach day. And it was great. And thankfully, the weather was okay because last Saturday was the day when there was thunder and lightning and rainstorms.
Yes, it wasn't very nice. But Sunday was beautiful.
Sunday was lovely. It was perfect. We had a really nice beach day. We went to Perla Blanca, which is a chiringuito in Elviria.
And we always do this every year with our friends Bev and Jamie. We have a beach day, don't we?
Yeah, where we get beds and chill out on the beach, have some nice lunch. And it's quite nice there because you can take your own drinks and snacks and things, which we made use of before sitting at their place having lunch, obviously. But before that, PJ and I didn't have time to have breakfast in the morning. Bev and Jamie were very sensible and had their breakfast. So we thought, when we get there, we'll be able to grab a coffee or something.
We thought we'd have a nice little breakfast of our usual, didn't we? Coffee, tomato, toast, olive oil and salt and all that sort of thing. Actually, you went about 2 weeks beforehand to Estepona, didn't you? And had exactly that for breakfast. How much did that cost you, Hannah?
Yeah, it was amazing. I had tomato on toast, a cup of coffee and an orange juice in a place in the middle of nowhere in Estepona. I'm sure we talked about this on the podcast, actually. And it was €3.50 for all three of those things, which is absolutely incredible value. I think that's the cheapest I've ever paid. Well, on Sunday, we paid more than we have ever paid for tomato on toast and a coffee. When we got the bill, I went up to pay it. It was €17. And I thought, well, that can't be right. I was like, €17? Can I have a look at the menu, please? I thought that she's taking the mick. On the menu, the very first thing, it said Spanish breakfast, which was tomato on toast and a choice of tea or coffee for €8.50. No orange juice, just coffee with tomato on toast, $8.50.
Which was insanely expensive.
Oh, it took me ages to get over that. I was like, what?
Yes, it did put a bad taste in our mouth. I mean, the breakfast was nice, but gave us a bad taste.
Nothing special. It's just
in fact,
tomato on toast. How nice can it be?
In fact, that is what you would pay for a full English breakfast in most places.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a full English. We had a piece of... And it was a tiny piece of toast. It wasn't even
It was one of those little molledio roll things.
Yeah, tiny. So, we won't be going back to Perla Blanca for breakfast.
No, I wouldn't recommend going there for breakfast, but definitely for lunch.
Lunch was gorgeous and not stupidly expensive.
No, not at all. The lunch isn't expensive at all. We had a really nice paella, seafood and chicken paella. Really nice. Loved it.
I think we should have had paella for breakfast. Then we wouldn't have been moaning.
Wasn't much difference, to be fair, price-wise.
No, you're probably right.
So, we had a great day. And we took the paddleboard.
I deflated it.
Yeah.
And then reinflated it. It's hard work.
Help.
It's hard work. I must say, it's a proper workout when you have to pump that up.
Oh, Bev did it pretty quickly. We were quite impressed, Jamie and I.
Yes.
We were watching from afar, thinking we'll join in at some time soon, by which time you'd done it.
Yeah, so we took that out onto the sea, but it was a bit choppy, wasn't it?
Oh, just a tad. I kept saying, guys, this is the wrong weather. Like, you take a paddleboard out when the sea is really calm, or even better on a lake. But the waves were crashing, and I was like, this is insane to be taking it out in this weather. But we'd blown it up, and everyone was really excited, and we kind of thought, wow, what's the worst that can happen?
We fell off.
Well, we fell off loads. The worst that can happen is that we would have died. Thankfully, nobody died.
So I fell off once. And you have that little net thing where you put your bag under?
Yeah.
My foot got stuck in that.
Oh,
so I was stuck under the water with my foot stuck in that. My toe was stuck in. So I thought, first of all, I thought I'd broken my toe because I couldn't get it out. And of course, I was upside down in the water and that was holding me down. So, I nearly drowned. And nobody cared. It was just me. I had to release myself.
We were probably laughing.
You were.
Oh, no, that's terrible. That's not funny at all.
But it was great fun.
Actually, I had a photograph from Jamie today, and it was a picture of Bev with a big bruise on her arm.
From the paddleboard?
Yeah, they've got bruises coming out. They've got injuries.
Yeah, well, it's good to have injuries. It shows you had really good fun.
Stuff.
But I know, I mean, that night, I felt like I'd been working out all day. And the water, it was like being in the Caribbean.
Oh, it was lovely.
It was
so
like a bath.
And there's no stones there in Elviria like there are in San Pedro. So if you want a nice beach day and you liked going in and out the sea for a swim, can definitely recommend going.
Yeah, it's about 100 metres west of Nikki Beach.
Yeah.
And Beach House, isn't it?
Yeah, really nice. So loved that. Great day. And then when we got back, we were hungry.
Because we'd worked hard. It was like we had a hard workout. Have I mentioned that before?
Yes. So we needed dinner at some point. So we were kind of, in a fun little zone. So we decided to order pizza from Prova in San Pedro, which do really, really good pizzas.
Yeah, we've been there a few times. I've actually eaten in there as well. They have a few tables outside, so you can eat there as well.
Really good price.
Yeah, and an amazing choice of pizzas. And just the quality is great. I mean, they've got a proper pizza oven. It's proper Italian. It's cheap and it was quick.
Yeah.
I literally rang them up, said, can I have 2 pizzas, please, a vegetarian and my famous Diavolo.
Diavolo.
That one, which I love. Just need to figure out how to say it.
Yes.
And I said, how long? He said, 10 minutes. So I literally put my shoes on, walked up there, and it was waiting for me.
Yeah, really good. I have to say, I love a vegetarian pizza. I'm not vegetarian, as you know. We enjoy our steak. But I love vegetarian pizza because they tend to have lots of different vegetables on it. And this one definitely does. Really good selection. Mushrooms, peppers, onion. I think there's artichoke, perhaps. Really good. Love it.
Yeah, so highly recommend that. Prova Pizza. It's on our side, so it's beachside, on the same side of the road as Albert and Simon, and about halfway down.
Yes. There was a press release that was sent to us this week from Georgina Shaw, who does the PR for SpecSavers Spain.
So she's Shaw Marketing, and she's done for years, I think, the PR and marketing for SpecSavers Spain.
What's the tagline for SpecSavers? You need to go to SpecSavers.
Okay, what now?
No, that's the tagline. I was trying to remember it. That's what it is. I'm back. Stop it. Mille Bobby Brown, the actress from Stranger Things, is doing a new campaign. She's got a frames collection called Florence by Mills, which she's debuting at SpecSavers, which is really exciting. So they'll be available soon, SpecSavers in Spain. And there's another Marbella connection to Mille Bobby Brown.
Not a lot of people know this, and I'm not talking about Michael Caine. They don't realise that she was born in Marbella.
She absolutely was born in born in Marbella. And even less people will know that I held her as a baby when she was young. She was a baby.
Wow, so you realise, saying that, you're going to have loads of random people now thrusting their babies at you to hold them, thinking that you've got the Midas touch.
I doubt it. So I worked with her father, Bobby Brown, at Ocean Estates.
That's not Whitney Houston's ex-husband.
It's not, and it's also not the makeup woman either. It is her father, Bobby Brown. Yeah, so he brought in his new little baby to show everyone, and she was so cute, and had a little cuddle, and and now she's mega famous.
And do you know what? I reckon she's being interviewed by Entertainment Today right now, and she's saying, do you know what? When I was born in Marbella, Hannah Murray held me as a baby.
I very much doubt that would happen, but if she could say that, that would be great. I'd really appreciate it.
And even better if she could just say, do you know what, guys? You should listen to their podcast.
Imagine. I've tried to get an interview with her because I'm friends with people who are friends with the dad still, that we all work together at Ocean Estates. And I've said to them, speak to Bobby. I'd love to interview Millie. But it's never happened. She's obviously very busy.
Yeah.
But you never
and
know.
pregnant, I believe. Is she pregnant or she got married, didn't she?
She got married to John. Oh, I don't know if she got married or if they talk about to John Bon Jovi's son. That's who she's with.
Yes.
We are really excited in a couple of weeks' time to be trying out the new lunchtime tapas menu at Geranium.
by Steven Saunders. It's Geranium by Steven Saunders. Okay. That's the full name of his restaurant.
Geranium by Steven Saunders. It's in La Cala.
So he used to have the Little Geranium.
So La Cala is further up the coast, Fengarola way, isn't it? It's about how long drive from Marbella? Half an hour?
Half an hour. Yeah, it's about 5-10 minutes before Fuengirola, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lovely little place, La Cala.
Yeah, and we've mentioned his restaurant before because we've done quite a few of his other tasting menus, which are quite amazing because it's a very good price.
Really good price.
Food. Well.
So his concept was that he was going to always do a tasting menu at €49, and he changes it every month or so. And he has kept that throughout. He's just launched his autumn tasting menu, again for €49 per person. He has another menu, which is €69 per person, which has a few more kind of expensive ingredients or dishes and another extra dish I think you get. And I was looking at some of the things on the new autumn menu. There was a couple of things that I like that are both vegetarian, bizarrely. And as I say, I'm not vegetarian. Tartlet of garden peas.
Wow.
I love a pea.
Yeah, me too. Especially garden peas.
Especially garden peas. So love the sound of that. And also he's got something wild mushrooms en croûte.
Yeah, so you're a bit of a mushroom
I'm obsessed
fiend.
with mushrooms.
Yeah.
And as much as I love meat, if I had a gun against my head and I had to decide on mushrooms or meat for the rest of my life, I think I'd have to go with mushrooms.
Yeah, I see I could take or leave them.
Oh, give them to me. So yeah, I love the sound of this wild mushroom en croûte. But their tapas lunch menu is starting next Friday, the 20th. That's the first one. I think he's fully booked for that. But he's going to do another one, and it could well become a regular thing. So definitely get in touch with him if you want to find out about the tapas lunch menu. But there was a few dishes on there I wanted to pick out. Basically, everything on the menu ranges from €6 to €12 per dish. So great price. They've got a fish pie on there.
Wow, we like fish pie, and it's getting to fish pie season as well.
Oh, fish pie. So you could have like a little fish pie and other things because it's not a main dish, it's a tapas. I love the idea of that. He's got something called goat cheese bonbons.
Well, they just sound amazing already.
Oh, I love goat cheese and love a bonbon. So the two together. And something which I think you cooked when you did the cookery school with him, he's got a game terrine. Does that mean the terrine's well up for it?
Yeah. It's on the game.
You made that, didn't you?
No.
Oh, I thought you made a terrine.
I did make a terrine, but I made a duck confit terrine.
Oh, nice. Okay, lovely. And he's also released the menus for his New Year's Eve gala dinner, which is, I mean, I lost count on how many courses, and it includes all wine selection and things for €175 per person, which I thought was quite good.
Actually, I think that is good because of recent years, we've been astounded by the price of some of these New Year's Eve menus. And
yeah, you can easily pay over 200.
Well, they do because they do all the drinks included, and it's just silly prices. So yeah, I think that's a great price.
Under €200, I thought was really good. And also a Christmas Day lunch he's got, again, a big tasting menu, €125, also including wine.
It'd be interesting to do a Christmas Day tasting menu, just to move away from tradition.
Yeah. And he offers all kinds of other services as well. He's just adding more and more things, more and more strings to his bow, shall we say. He's got like a VIP Bentley service where you can be picked up in a Bentley and taken to the restaurant. He's got a yacht now, a helicopter. I mean, it's amazing. He's got a whole brand out there.
Yeah, well, it's good. I mean, it's good to see people taking this on and making experiences.
Yeah.
Some people want more than just to sit at a restaurant and eat and go home. They want it to become an experience. So I think that's great.
And we love his cookery school. We haven't been to the new one, but he's set up a whole cookery school.
In a Finca, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've actually done his cookery school, and it was at his house in the end because there were some roadworks going on across from his restaurant where he would normally do it, which meant we couldn't do it there. So I ended up going to his house, and because it was cancelled at the other place, it meant that loads of other people weren't able to do it. So I had a solo cooking course with the famous Steven Saunders, which was amazing.
And you still wear the apron all the time, don't you?
I do.
For doing your cooking videos. So yeah, this cookery school, you could do a personalised thing, but there's lots of groups that get together and do it. So that looks really fun as well. If you just put in Geranium, Steven Saunders, La Cala, you can find all the details online.
We'll put his Instagram in our show notes as usual.
Yes, and the website as well. So this weekend, as I mentioned, we are going to London. We are going to see Abigail's Party at Stratford East. We've mentioned that we are in Abigail's Party with the International Theatre Studio. This is in October, the 11th, 12th and 13th of October.
Get your tickets now. They're available.
Yep, they are available now from the website, internationaltheatrestudio.org. The performances are at the El Paraiso Hotel. So that's where we're doing ours. But PJ saw randomly on social media a couple of months ago that they're doing Abigail's Party at Stratford East with Tamsin Outhwaite.
Yeah, and it's weird because nobody's done Abigail's Party for years. And now we're doing it, and all of a sudden it's also being done professionally, obviously, at Stratford East. So
And they got the idea from us.
I do. I think Tamsin's stalking me.
Yeah, definitely. She obviously follows you on social media.
Yeah, and I think she thought, oh, that's a great idea. I'll have a chat with my thespian mates. I said thespian mates, and they're doing it.
Oh, we can't wait. And you put a little tweet out saying that the cast are coming from Marbella, flying over to see, and she's liked it.
Yes, so she now knows we are on our way.
Oh, nice one. Really excited. And we've booked to stay the night because some of the people who are flying back the same day because we're going to see the matinee. That scared us a little bit, didn't it?
It scared the hell out of us because if there's a slight delay, I don't want to put the dampers on this one, but if there's a slight delay, they may be staying with us in London.
Oh, God, happy anniversary us. Not really sure. That's
one on the floor, one on the sofa.
Imagine. Oh, God. Yeah, so good luck to them flying back the same day. We're staying over because it is our 7-year wedding anniversary this weekend.
Just a bit of an itch.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
We are staying in Canary Wharf, Docklands.
You've never been, have you?
I've never been. I'm really excited to see it all.
I've got to say, though, I did something a bit naughty. So we booked the hotel on booking.com. When I was just doing stuff on booking.com the other day, it popped up saying for this weekend, not this weekend coming, but for last weekend, it was like €80. And I thought, well, that's like half the price of what we've just spent. So I did another search and it wasn't €80, but it was a damn sight cheaper than what I'd booked. And luckily, I had that free cancellation. So I cancelled for free, rebooked it and saved us €60.
Yeah, brilliant. Well done. It's worth checking those things on booking.com. That's a great little tip. We have also booked, for talking of tasting menus, we've booked dinner for Saturday night after we go and see the matinee of Abigail's Party. We've booked at 6 by Nico.
And I love this because I think it's actually very similar to Steven Saunders. Basically, what they do is they got a tasting menu, very similar price to what Steven Saunders is doing.
Yeah, £50. And
they change it every 6 weeks. And each one is inspired by a region or a country. So our one is called Tokyo.
Ooh, yay!
So, so we get 6 courses, basically. That's why it's called 6 by Nico.
Oh, can't wait. Really, really excited about that. And we're meeting up with some of my family who live that side of the world, basically, for lunch in an English pub on Sunday. It's called George and the Dragon. It couldn't be more English.
I prefer to go to Pete's Dragon.
No, that's a different thing.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're going to have a nice Sunday roast in an English pub. In an English country garden. What do you do if you... No.
Want to go? No?
Yeah, no, don't say that.
Stop there.
Just one article from the Sir in English this week, because it made me laugh, because we were talking about this on last week's pod. Supermarkets made a killing from tourism on the Costa del Sol this year.
Well, it's probably because of all those upside-down pineapples in Mercadona.
But also because there's been a massive residential tourism boom. A lot of people choosing to stay in apartments instead of staying in hotels. So that's why a lot of people also have been eating in more, cooking more, instead of going out for meals all the time. Apparently people take ready meals down to the beach, all kinds of things.
Yeah. Interesting you should say that, though, because it just reminded me of something I also read, I think, last week or the week before in the Sir in English, that Fuengirola is implementing a new law. I think there's a regional law, and then each town can do their own thing if they want to. They're basically going to revoke about 600 tourist licenses. And every individual property that wants to rent out for holiday rentals has to have this special license. Mm. They're now saying that any property that gets rented out for holiday rentals has to have its own entrance. And that means that apartments don't have their own entrance.
What?
Yes.
It's just Fuengirola.
This is, at the moment, just Fuengirola.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
so apartments can't be rented out.
If they haven't got it's gonna cause uproar. As I said, they're going to backdate it, so they're going to revoke lots of licenses that have already been given and properties that have been sold on the basis that they can be rented out. But it's all to do and all to tackle this issue that we've all got, which is loads of people buying properties and renting them out.
Yeah.
That means that there's not many properties to live in. And that means that any that are ridiculously high prices for long-term rentals.
Yeah, because they'd rather get the short term.
And it also means that local people, as in Spanish people that are on Spanish wages, that, you know, may work in supermarkets on minimum wage potentially, can't afford to live where they work.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. I just wonder if there could be a kind of happy medium. I don't know what the happy medium would be, but that's...
They've already started doing that in Mallorca in certain places. And I think Barcelona announced that they're doing it as well. So I think you'll probably see this coming to lots of other areas.
Wow, it's huge, isn't it?
That would affect the property market for sure. So yeah, let's see what happens next.
Okay. Well, that's it from us this week. I'm trying to work out how to string that sentence together.
Yeah, well,
that's it from us this week.
We have been doing our rehearsals today, so we're a bit tired.
It is goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from her.
Goodbye.